This YC startup is building brain rot for coding. I'm totally not joking. It's called Clad Labs, and they're building brain rot for software engineers. We're ranking YC startups, and next up we have Clad Labs. And if you're a software engineer who likes to be brain rotted while you code, well, this company might be your best friend. Listen, on paper, I know a lot of you are going to be like, why the hell did YC put these guys in the batch? At a high level, it does sound like something that is incredibly stupid. But what if I told you that this is actually an S tier idea if it goes one way? So this is the modern coding cashback IDE. And for those who are unfamiliar with what IDE stands for, it's basically the platform that allows software developers to write code. Think of platforms like VS Code, for example. And trust me, on paper, I was thinking to myself, like, how are they actually in the batch? It makes no sense, right? Like, it's literally brain rot. Like, is this a troll? But what if I told you this is actually an S tier idea for one reason? And if they do this, it might actually go crazy. For example, we all know that one of the biggest problems right now when it comes to AI coding with platforms like Cursor is you have to spend money on these tokens. And if you're building a complex platform, it can get quite expensive. So imagine a world where you are a user, but what if you could play small mini games, and as a byproduct of playing those mini games or looking at an advertisement, you get free tokens for Cursor. So as a software engineer, imagine you don't want to spend your own money. So you play some sort of game that's on the side, or you watch a video and it could be brain rotted. It's some sort of brain rotted advertisement. But every time you do some sort of brain rotted task in your IDE, you get tokens that you could use for these AI language models to help you code. This not only makes this idea even more hilarious, but it actually makes it quite applicable to the industry and world that we're seeing. I've seen it across folks that are using platforms like Lovable, where they're like, hey, I don't really want to spend money on this, but I was able to build like some sort of high level app with a couple of free credits that I got. You don't think that there are people out here who would exchange tokens for getting direct advertisements or playing games or trying out new products? I 100% think they would. So although Clad Labs feels like brain rot to a lot of people, it might actually end up being strategically a big brain play. I'm putting Clad Labs in A tier. I think the idea that people would be willing to complete free brain rotted tasks in exchange for credits. And I know I'm thinking way too high level, but there's a world where advertisers would want to get in front of the audience of people who are software engineers or coding stuff on a regular basis or building products. And if that's the route that Clad is going and they're able to actually harness those users in exchange for potential tokens and credits, I don't see why they can't build something that's super compelling, even if it is ultimately brain rotted and memeified. And don't forget to follow, because we're ranking more startups in the YC Fall 25 batch.